So if you have a 960 S90 or V90, you probably recognize this center console here. It's kind of a 3-in-1 cup holder, armrest, rear cup holder sort of system. And I actually just replaced mine, and I had a few issues that I kind of wanted to make a video about so people can, figure out how to put these back together the right way, and kind of how to disassemble them and take good parts off of ones that you find to constantly improve yours. So the issue I had was I found a nice one in the junkyard. This was my old one in my car. As you can tell, it's not the worst. It's got a little bit of sun damage. The cup holder was in good condition. The clip on the bottom, unfortunately, had broken. This is a very common issue on these. Honestly, you don't really need it. It'll stay closed just fine, but I digress. So I had installed this new one, and these little feet, there's 6 feet here. You can see I tried to repair them with JB Weld, and I almost immediately gave up on that. They actually stop it, so it's got the flat position, middle position, and then the fully, rotated position, which gives you the rear cup holders. So if I take this apart here, I have it fully apart at the moment. See for a second. So this is what flips back open here and sits like this inside the back, and you get your 2 rear cup holders. What had happened is those feet fell off, so this entire top section completely disconnected from the base because they are held on with this little rotating mechanism. As you can see, it had broken. So let me just put this back together real quick so I can show you where the pins are that you need to remove to take this apart. Now, I don't know if I put this little piece back in here properly. However, this is the first thing you're going to want to remove from the center console. It's the anchor point for the entire thing. And now it sits in here like this. It's going to have this bar, this little metal bar, is going to be through all those holes down there in the middle, and it's held in with 2 Torx bits. So when you take that off, you'll be able to take this entire unit out of the car. Now, this rod right here goes through the cup holder section, the anchor section, and that piece that I just showed you that kind of helps it swing all the way out. Now, I found it easiest to move the passenger seat up. It's usually, if it hasn't been messed with, it's hammered in from the driver's side, or the passenger side. It's hammered in from the passenger side, so you're going to hit it from the driver's side out towards the passenger seat. Now, obviously, if you have it out of the car, it doesn't really matter. You can kind of flip this around to get access to that little hole right there. I just used a screwdriver, stuck it in the hole, hammered it a few times, tap to tap, and it comes right out. Now, once you do that, this will obviously come off. And now this is kind of free to swing open like this. Obviously, this is kind of hard to show because it's fully, disassembled. However, if I take this out, this section will also disconnect because those feet will still be connected to this piece. Now, this piece is the one that I had the most trouble removing. As you can see, mine had, all the clips broke. I wanted to replace it from my good unit. And at first, I couldn't really figure out how this entire thing came apart. Well, most of this leather section is actually just clipped onto this black plastic. It's not molded to it. As you can see, if I lift it up, it's just got tabs that clip in. However, it'll be stuck down at this end, and I couldn't figure out how to get to it. Well, it's got in here these 2 pins. Now they're stuck in there like this on this side, where the point is always facing the outside, and I couldn't really figure out a way to get at it. So I took little pliers like this, and you'll actually get enough space just to stick it in there. You get maybe, I don't know, a 1/4 inch of space on this. And if you just kind of twist it, and you pinch it and pull like this just a little bit, you'll notice it'll start to come out the ends here, right here, and right there. And then once you do that, this piece will come out. Now that is like your kind of your triple anchor section. And then once you do that, this entire piece will just lift right out. Obviously you gotta disconnect the tabs. Unfortunately, when I did it the first time on mine, I destroyed all the retainers. I didn't really need this piece anymore. This was more just for demonstration purposes. But don't just try to pop it out, pop the tabs out and rip it out, because you'll break all these little clips that hold these little pins in place. So that way, if you find a good leather top and you have a fully functional, assembly, you can swap out these tops with no issue. Obviously, I can't really use this one much anymore, but it's good for demonstration purposes. Other than that, this actually comes apart quite easily. These cup holder sections can just slide right out of this. So you can see that this does come apart into quite a few different sections that you could replace or repair. So without being able to buy new ones, this is about as good as it's going to get. So let me just take you guys quickly over to the car and kind of show you how that looks. So here in the car, you can see I have this new one installed. It's in a lot better condition than the one I had. And it's actually out of a V90 instead of a 960, so it has the updated cup holder style, which I believe is a little bit more durable. Well, at least it feels a little bit more durable. This one is a little weird, but as you can see, I still have the intact clip up here. And this little section down here is the whole thing I had to repair. And I tried JB Weld at first, but I knew it wasn't gonna work. But yeah, now I can flip it up or leave it closed, and I can pull up on this, and it'll fully swing out if I'm careful. I don't want to break it again. There you go. You can see it's got the cup holders in it. This is a very delicate section right here. It's all plastic and can get very brittle. So hopefully this helps. I know these 960s aren't as popular as the 940s, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do.